John Lennon's Julia is one of the most personal songs he ever put on a Beatles record, and it was based on a very real person, his mother, of course, Julia Lennon. She had been a complicated presence in his life, and when she was killed in 1958, John was only 17. And by the time he wrote Julia in 1968, he was turning that loss into something gentler and more dreamlike than the anger he would later pour into his solo work. And yet the song isn't just a straight biography or a neat tribute of sorts. It feels more like John trying to reach someone he had lost twice, first through separation and then through death. A big part of the song's atmosphere came from India. John wrote it while the Beatles were in Rishikesh and studying with the Maharishi, and this is the trip where John picked up the fingerpicking style that defined that whole track. Donovan helped him with that approach, and according to later accounts, John also talked to Donovan about wanting to write a song about the childhood with his mother that he never really got to have. And that explains why the lyrics feel kind of half memory and half fantasy. And the beach imagery was not a random decoration either. It came out of John imagining a peaceful scene with Julia that real life never fully gave him. And of course, John later tied the song to Yoko Ono as well, and the ocean child image points in that direction, since Yoko's name can be read that way in Japanese. So the song sits in a very unusual emotional space, because it's a song about mourning, but it's also a love song, and a merging of two women in John's mind at the exact moment his life was changing. And that's what gives Julia its slightly ghostly feeling. It's John blending grief, desire, comfort, and longing into one figure. And the recording matches that private mood. Julia was recorded on October 13th, 1968 during the White Album sessions, and no other Beatles sings or plays on it, which makes it the only Beatles track with John Lennon completely alone, just voice and acoustic guitar, which is a remarkable thing to find on such a sprawling double album. Official White Album reissue notes also show how important the song remained in the archive. The Escher demo and later rehearsals were preserved and released, which helps confirm that this quiet little track was not just a throwaway, but a key part of John's writing from that period. Even one of the song's most famous lines was carefully borrowed and reshaped from Khalil Gibran, showing that John was mixing literary influence into something deeply personal, rather than simply writing a diary entry. And so Julia is a really moving song, inspired by real loss and filtered through India, finger-picked into shape with the help from Donovan, and complicated by John's growing attachment to Yoko. On the surface, it's soft and it's pretty, but underneath, it's one of their saddest songs because it sounds like a man trying to build a peaceful memory he never fully had, and singing it as quietly as possible so it does not break apart